Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing very well. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Got lots more videos coming out very soon. Or if you haven't yet seen the video that I posted on Sunday, please go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's where I'm discussing different scale sizes for model cars, starting at the 143 scale, discussing 118 and also 112 scale model cars. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description for that for you guys to go and check it out. But in today's video, I get a lot of questions in terms of my cabinet setup, how I clean, how I maintain my my model car collection. So I'll kind of be going over that in this video, a bit more of a maintenance video, and kind of my top tricks on how I keep all of the model cars clean, and how I've kind of reduced dust in the cabinet. So in terms of the cabinet, it's just a very simple cabinet. I got it from Costco, probably around nearly maybe 10 odd years ago now. I have bought another shelf to add into the cabinet, and then I've probably got a room for maybe one more. Yeah, it's been great. And what I've done on the side, as you guys can probably just about see, is you can get these kind of, I think they're called weather strips, where people put them kind of around windows or around doors to stop drafts coming in. So I've bought them and I've put them all around the cabinet. So they're very thin brushes. I've gone for the 5mm brushes, and I've put them all around the cabinet. I've put them right at the top as well. So I've just sealed the top in there because there was a massive gap in there. And then I've put 2 strips around the door as well. And this has massively helped reduce all of the dust that goes into the cabinet. So I probably clean the die-cast collection maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I really don't like cleaning it very often or taking the cars out very often. I really do feel that the weather strips that I've put all around the cabinet have made a massive difference, because before, when I didn't have these in place, I used to kind of be cleaning the model cars maybe once every 2 months, and you could definitely see quite a significant layer of dust on the shelves and on all of the cars as well. So I did invest in buying all of the weather strips, and as I say, made a big difference placing them all around the cabinet, and has definitely reduced dust coming in. Now, you're obviously going to get dust coming in the cabinet. I don't think there's a way to beat that unless you spend a lot of money on like a custom-made cabinet. But if you're looking for a good, cheap fix, definitely include some weather strips around yours. And again, cleaning the collection. Now, I'll show you what I use to clean the collection, but I definitely don't use any polishes. I don't use any kind of wet rags or kind of any wet cloths. The best thing to use for cleaning model cars is makeup brushes, very fine brushes, because some of these cars, especially some of the race cars with the aerials and very delicate parts, you don't really want to be using anything else other than really soft fine brushes, which makeup brushes are really good for. So I'll show you what I use for that. For the resin side, now the good thing about resin models is that they come in a plexiglass display case, so you don't need to clean them. And I always have the resin cars kind of in their boxes anyway. So as you guys know, this is all of my my die-cast collection, and I keep the resin collection all in their boxes. So, you know, I probably take them out maybe once or twice a month or wherever I plan to do a video on them. So obviously they don't get dusty at all. So all of the BBR models, I've got the MR models up here as well, just all in their boxes. Just due to room as well, I don't have the space in the cabinet to display both the die-cast and the resin model cars. So, and I think just because of their value as well, it's probably best just to keep them in their boxes. So I've got, as I say, all of the BBRs and MRs all in their boxes there. So I don't really have to clean them, and definitely also just as a precaution, rather than having them out or on my desk where, you know, they're exposed to sunlight, because sunlight's another major factor always kind of display your models away from direct sunlight, because especially on kind of bright colors, or even some lighter colors as well, it fades the paint over time. Or also if your cabinet's got spotlights in, like this one as well, you don't want to be displaying cars underneath direct spotlights, because that also might have the same effect as having your model cars out in direct sunlight as well. It will start to fade your paint over time on the model cars. So definitely just kind of store away from sunlight, in a bit more of a shaded room if possible. But let's show you guys kind of what I use to clean the collection now as well. So for example, I've got 2 model cars on the table, and I'll show you guys what I do and how I clean the collection. As I say, I only clean the collection maybe 2 or 3 times a year now, and it's definitely a long process. Obviously, because if I've got around kind of 30 die-cast cars, it definitely takes me maybe half the day just to take the collection out, clean the cabinet, clean every single car, and then put every single car back in the cabinet again. So it's a very long process, and obviously you've got to do everything correctly. You don't want to have any accidents when you're dealing with some very, very expensive model cars at all. So definitely take your time, don't rush. Do it under some bright light so you can see what you're doing. And what I use is, so first of all, if you want to display your cars and you don't have a cabinet, or you don't have any room for a cabinet, definitely get some of these plexiglass cases, the ones that I've got a couple of these, and these are great. If you want to have your cars on your desk, or as I say, if you don't have room for a cabinet in your room, then get a couple of these. They're stackable, so you can stack them one on top of each other, and they definitely keep all of the dust out. But again, you just got to remember not to kind of have it in direct sunlight. But in terms of dust proofing your model, these are probably the best things that you can do, and they're relatively cheap. I bought this one on Amazon maybe for about £20, the base and the case. So definitely would recommend doing that. But again, as I said, I've got a couple of cars out just to do an example. First of all, most of these AutoArt models come with the AutoArt opening key. Now, it comes with the key for a reason. Definitely use the key when you open up all of the compartments rather than using your hands. And if you are using your hands to lift the model up out of the box or put it into the cabinet, always use gloves. Now, you see on my on all of my reviews, really, I'm wearing a form of gloves, because you don't really want to get loads of fingerprints on your model, and it's just to kind of be safe than sorry, really. And always use gloves when handling the models. Now, as I mentioned before, makeup brushes tend to be the best thing that you can use to clean your models. Now, these types of brushes, which are very fine, very soft brushes to clean the models, tend to work really, really well, removing the dust. And then also you can use very, very soft cloths, which I've got here as well as an example. If I just open up my bag, sometimes these come with the model. Now, again, some of the more expensive models tend to have kind of a cleaning cloth that comes with it. But again, definitely would recommend using a cloth or a makeup brush when you're cleaning your models. As I say, you don't really want to use polish or a wet cloth or a microfiber cloth. Always try and stick to brushes where possible. But I mean, that's how I maintain the collection. You have to maintain the collection. You don't want to have the cars build up with dust over time, because inevitably they will do. But again, I hope you guys found this video useful. Some takeaway points that you can use into your collection and your cabinet or setup. And please all stay tuned for lots more videos to come soon. Thanks. Bye.